You're scrolling through your feed right now. Maybe you're a runner. Maybe you just started. Or maybe you're thinking about lacing up those shoes for the first time. But here's something nobody's telling you. The reason you're hitting that wall at mile 3, the reason your legs feel like concrete halfway through your run, the reason your friend who eats pizza every night somehow runs circles around you, it might not be your training at all. What if I told you that Olympic athletes have been hiding a secret weapon in plain sight, and it's sitting in your kitchen right now? Stick with me, because what you're about to discover will completely change how you think about running performance. The last food on this list? Elite marathoners swear by it, and you've probably been throwing it away your entire life. Before we dive in, smash that subscribe button because we're about to unlock performance secrets that most runners will never know. Drop a like if you're ready to run faster and longer than you ever thought possible, and comment below telling me your current biggest running struggle. Let's get into it. Welcome to a journey that's going to transform your relationship with running forever. I'm not here to sell you expensive supplements or complicated nutrition plans that require a PhD to understand. No, today we're going back to basics, but with a twist that science has only recently confirmed. Prepare to discover the 5 foods that will literally rewire your body's ability to sustain energy, recover faster, and push past limits you thought were permanent. These aren't exotic superfoods shipped from the Amazon rainforest. These are everyday items that you've seen 1,000 times, but never understood their true power. And here's the kicker. Most professional running coaches don't even know about number 3. Before we continue, do me a favor. Comment right now and tell me what city or country you're watching from. I love seeing our global running community come together. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button because this channel is all about giving you the real science, the real strategies, and the real results. Now let's unlock your potential. Let's start with something that's going to sound absolutely crazy until I explain the science behind it. Beetroot. Yeah, those deep purple vegetables that stain everything they touch. But here's what's happening inside your body when you consume beetroot that changes everything about your running performance. Beetroot contains naturally occurring nitrates, and when these enter your system, your body converts them into nitric oxide. Now, nitric oxide is like a master key that unlocks your blood vessels, allowing them to dilate and carry significantly more oxygen to your muscles. Studies conducted at the University of Exeter found that athletes who consumed beetroot juice before running improved their time to exhaustion by 16%. 16%. That's the difference between collapsing at mile 8 versus crushing mile 10 with energy to spare. But here's the part nobody talks about. Timing matters. You can't just eat a beet salad 5 minutes before your run and expect miracles. The optimal window is 2 to 3 hours before you exercise. Your body needs time to convert those nitrates into performance-enhancing nitric oxide. Elite distance runners have known this for years. They consume beetroot juice as part of their pre-race ritual, and now you know why. The best part? Unlike synthetic pre-workout supplements loaded with caffeine and chemicals you can't pronounce, beetroot is completely natural, has zero crash afterward, and actually improves your cardiovascular health long-term. If you're already thinking about adding beetroot to your routine, comment below "beat it" so I know you're paying attention. Now think about this for a second. What if the most powerful running fuel wasn't some high-tech energy gel, but something humans have been eating for literally thousands of years? Enter food number 2, Tart cherries. And no, I'm not talking about the sweet cherries you snack on in summer. I'm talking about Montmorency Tart cherries, and the difference is absolutely crucial. Here's what makes Tart cherries an absolute game-changer for runners. They contain anthocyanins, which are powerful antioxidants that specifically target inflammation and muscle damage. When you run, especially long distances, you're creating micro tears in your muscle fibers. This is normal. This is how you get stronger. But the inflammation and soreness can keep you off the track for days. Research published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition showed that runners who consumed Tart cherry juice for 7 days before a marathon experienced significantly less muscle pain and faster recovery compared to the placebo group. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Tart cherries also contain melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep cycle. Better sleep equals better recovery equals better performance. It's a virtuous cycle that starts with 1 glass of Tart cherry juice. Professional runners consume this about an hour before bed, not just before races but during heavy training periods. The reduction in inflammation means you can train harder, more consistently, without your body breaking down. And consistency, as any serious runner knows, is the real secret to improvement. You want to know something wild? A study found that Tart cherry juice reduced muscle strength loss by 89% after intensive running. 89%. That's not marginal. That's transformational. Comment right now and tell me, are you dealing with constant muscle soreness that's holding back your training? Write sore muscles below, and let's build a community of runners who are about to break through that barrier. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some runners seem to have endless energy while others bonk hard after 30 minutes? The difference often comes down to one thing: sustained energy release. And that brings us to food number 3, the one that's going to surprise you the most: sweet potatoes. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, that's basic, let me explain why this humble root vegetable is an absolute powerhouse that most runners are using completely wrong. Sweet potatoes are what nutritionists call a complex carbohydrate, with a low to medium glycemic index. What does that actually mean for your running? Simple carbs, like white bread or sports drinks, spike your blood sugar fast, give you a quick burst of energy, and then crash you hard. Complex carbs like sweet potatoes release glucose slowly and steadily into your bloodstream, providing sustained energy for hours. But here's the secret that separates amateur runners from the pros: timing and preparation. Eating a sweet potato 30 minutes before a run is a rookie mistake. Your body is still digesting, blood flow is diverted to your stomach, and you'll feel sluggish. The optimal strategy is consuming a medium sweet potato about 3 to 4 hours before your run. This gives your body time to break it down and store that glucose as glycogen in your muscles and liver, ready to be deployed when you need it most. There's another layer to this. Sweet potatoes are absolutely loaded with potassium, even more than bananas. Potassium is essential for muscle function and preventing those devastating cramps that can end your run in an instant. They also contain vitamin A, which supports immune function, critical because intense training can temporarily suppress your immune system. Here's a pro tip that elite marathoners use. After a long run, eat a sweet potato with a source of protein. The combination triggers optimal muscle glycogen replenishment and protein synthesis, meaning faster recovery and stronger adaptations. The Japanese Olympic marathon team has sweet potatoes as a staple in their training diet, and now you understand exactly why. How are you feeling about this information so far? Are you learning strategies you've never heard before? Comment "sweet" if you're finding value here, and make sure you're subscribed because we're just getting started. Alright, now ponder this with me for a moment. What's the one thing that separates a good run from a great run? Energy? Sure. Endurance? Absolutely. But there's something even more fundamental that most runners completely overlook: cellular function and muscle contraction. And that brings us to food number 4, something so simple yet so powerful that when I tell you, you'll wonder why nobody ever emphasized this before. Spinach. Dark leafy greens like spinach contain nitrates similar to beetroot, but that's just the beginning. Spinach is loaded with iron, and iron is absolutely critical for runners because it's a key component of hemoglobin, the protein in your red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout your body. Low iron levels, even slightly low, can devastate your running performance. You'll feel fatigued, your pace will slow, and you'll wonder why your training isn't translating to results. Women runners especially need to pay attention to this because menstruation increases iron loss. But here's where spinach becomes truly exceptional. It contains magnesium, a mineral involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, including energy production and muscle function. Studies show that even marginal magnesium deficiency can increase oxygen consumption during exercise, meaning you have to work harder to maintain the same pace. Spinach literally makes your body more efficient at using oxygen. Now, there's a catch. The iron in spinach is non-heme iron, which isn't absorbed as efficiently as the heme iron found in meat. But here's the hack. Consume spinach with vitamin C. Add some lemon juice to your spinach salad, or eat it. with strawberries, and the vitamin C dramatically increases iron absorption. This is the kind of practical knowledge that can add minutes to your personal best. Professional distance runners often consume a large spinach salad with citrus dressing as part of their regular training diet, ensuring their iron and magnesium levels stay optimal. There's also fascinating research showing that nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach can reduce blood pressure and improve cardiovascular efficiency. For runners, this means your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood, conserving energy for your muscles. What's your current experience with nutrition and running? Are you eating strategically or just hoping for the best? Comment below. Fuel smart if you're committed to transforming your approach. And now we arrive at the food that absolutely nobody talks about. The one that elite runners consider almost sacred. The one that might be the most powerful item on this entire list. Are you ready? Bone broth. Yes, you heard that right. Bone broth. And here's why this is an absolute revelation for anyone serious about running performance and longevity. When you simmer bones, particularly beef or chicken bones, for extended periods, something magical happens. The collagen, gelatin, amino acids, and minerals from the bones leach into the water, creating a nutrient-dense liquid that targets the exact weaknesses runners face. Let's break this down. Collagen is the primary protein in your connective tissues, your tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. Running is high impact. Every single stride puts stress on these structures. Over time, without proper support, you develop issues. Runner's knee, IT band syndrome, Achilles tendonitis. The list goes on. Bone broth provides the building blocks your body needs to maintain and repair these crucial tissues. Research published in the journal Current Medical Research and Opinion found that athletes who supplemented with collagen experienced significant reduction in joint pain. But bone broth goes beyond just collagen. It contains glycine and proline, amino acids that support gut health. And a healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, better immune function, and reduced inflammation. It's all connected. Elite ultramarathon runners, the people running 50, 100 miles at a time, consume bone broth as part of their recovery protocol. The electrolytes naturally present in bone broth, particularly sodium and potassium, help with hydration at a cellular level, something sports drinks can't fully replicate. Here's how to use it strategically. Consume a cup of warm bone broth after long runs or intense training sessions. The warmth is soothing, the nutrients are immediately bioavailable, and the ritual itself becomes part of your recovery mindset. You can also use it as a base for soups or stews on rest days, keeping those collagen levels topped up consistently. Now, I need to address something. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but does it really make a difference? And my answer is this. Elite athletes don't leave anything to chance. They optimize every single variable, and nutrition is one of the biggest levers they have. These 5 foods, beetroot, tart cherries, sweet potatoes, spinach, and bone broth, they're not magic bullets. But combined with consistent training, proper rest, and intelligent programming, they can be the difference between plateauing and breaking, through to the next level. Comment right now and tell me which of these 5 foods surprised you the most. Write the number 1 through 5, and let's see which one resonated with our community. Here's the truth that nobody wants to hear, but everyone needs to understand. Your running performance is a symphony, not a solo act. Training, sleep, stress management, mental resilience, and yes, nutrition, they all play together to create the runner you become. The foods we've discussed today aren't about quick fixes or shortcuts. They're about giving your body the raw materials it needs to adapt, recover, and perform at levels you might not think are possible right now. Think about where you are in your running journey today. Maybe you're struggling to finish a 5K. Maybe you're chasing a Boston qualifier. Maybe you're just trying to run without pain. Wherever you are, the principles remain the same. Fuel intelligently, train consistently, rest adequately, and trust the process. These foods, these strategies, they're tools in your toolbox. Use them wisely. One of the most profound things I've learned studying elite runners is that they don't chase perfection. They chase consistency. They show up day after day. They fuel their bodies with intention. They listen to the signals, and they adjust. That's what separates good runners from great runners. Not talent, not genetics, consistency, and intelligent decision-making. So here's what I want you to do right now. First, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because we're building something special here, a community of runners who are committed to getting better every single day. Second, drop a comment below and tell me which food you're going to add to your routine this week. Accountability starts here. Third, smash that like button, because it helps this video reach more runners who need this information. And fourth, I've got another video that builds on everything we discussed today. It's about the biggest training mistakes that are sabotaging your progress, mistakes that even experienced runners make all the time. Click the video on your screen right now, and let's continue this journey together. Remember, every single mile you run, every single choice you make about what you put in your body, it's all building toward the runner you're becoming. The question isn't whether you can improve. The question is whether you're willing to do what it takes. I believe you are. I believe that's why you watched this entire video. Now go out there, fuel smart, run strong, and prove to yourself what you're truly capable of. I'll see you in the next one. Keep pushing forward.